I'm trying to show you my dress. To get it all in here, I will show you the pattern number that I used for this dress. It is one of my all-time favorites, and it is Simplicity 8332. You might have to get it on eBay. I think it might be out of print. I've made 4 of these. This is made out of a crepe, and so it's kind of dressy, and I put that see that lace trim around the bottom, so that kind of dresses it up. This is an easy pattern, 4 pieces, no interfacing, no closures, bada bing, bada boom, you're done. A slight change in plans. When I last left you, we were thinking about another challenge, another formal challenge wherein there would be prizes and we were going to choose more than one winner. I think I said something about judging the contest. Well, like I say, there's been a change of plans. We are not going to judge the contest, first of all. Second of all, we are not going to launch a formal challenge until January. And if you have watched Joy's video, she explained all this. We had just decided that getting into another challenge, which is something we want to do, but the timing for another one was not ideal for either one of us. And so we are going to have another formal challenge with prizes, first, second, and third place, chosen randomly. But we're going to do it after the holidays. And I know that that's kind of a long way off, but consider this. It might be just the ticket to that post-holiday letdown. You know, when everything's over and you're just kind of like, wow, that went by fast. So that's when we're going to do our next challenge. And I have it on good authority that Fabric Mart would like to contribute a prize to that January challenge. So what a great way to kick off 2020. In the meantime, Joy has come up with a great idea. Now, she said she was very gracious and said that we both thought of this, but she thought of it. She gets the credit here. She said, let's still do a hashtag and we can show one another what we're working on for fall and for the holidays. And everyone can share their pictures if they would like to on Instagram. And you know, get inspiration and just show off what we have completed. So if that sounds good to you, be sure to post your makes on the hashtag fall holiday sewing. I'll put it up on the screen here so that you can see it. You do need an Instagram account, but you can set one up for no money. Make sure it's public so that your pictures will transfer over to the public hashtag, and show us what you're making for fall and holiday. That is our interim fix for not having a contest right away for everyone. But stay tuned, because in January we're going to have a great one. Now, I went over my last video's comments because I asked you for construction ideas. I like to do video construction ideas. And I received well over 50. I received 43 different suggestions, and then Colin helped me with this, by the way, and it took us a little over an hour to do this. So I wrote down, he read off all of the different ideas. And then when we got to one that had already been written down, I did a +1. And so we have this list of 43 construction video ideas. I'm going to list all of these in that description box, which is right under the video. If you're on a device, a mobile device, you'll want to press the little upside down triangle. And if you're on your laptop, you will press, I believe it says read more. And then that will expand and you'll see any notes that I have in there. So I'm not going to read all of these off to you, but I will read you the front runners. These had +12 and +11. So that means that I wrote them down for the first time, and then when people mention them again, they got a plus. So the one that came out on top was a 1960s dress, and right behind it, that had a +12, and right behind it was +11 for bias binding. And you know what I'm thinking? I think I can kind of combine those. Now, I had really creative suggestions, and one person said, just please pick something where the pattern is currently in print. So, can I find a 60s dress that's currently in print? Yes, I can. I was thinking about Simplicity 8415, specifically the dropped waist dress. And I could also finish that neckline with bias binding so that you can see that. I do have that in a video in my quick sew tunic. I do demonstrate how I use the bias binding, but I'd be happy to do it again. And that dress has just a 60s flavor to it, if you ask me. Of course, you would not want to wear it with those little booties, but I don't know. What do you think of that? If that doesn't seem 60s enough, I can hunt up a re-release. And so it will be currently in print, but it'll be an old-fashioned pattern. Thank you for all of your ideas, because there are some really great ones. Another very popular one was a demo of fold-over elastic. And a jacket, a light jacket for fall, had +2. And a tunic had +2, and the other ones had either just +1 or were completely standalone. One woman said she did not want a 60s pattern. She wanted something current and trendy. I would love to get to all of these. So I'm gonna list them and we'll see what shakes out. But we'll kick it off with a 60s dress, and I'll try to combine that with the application of purchased bias binding tape at the neckline, because I love to use that. I am working on September makes. I'll give you a brief sneak peek. Do you see that X? This pattern is New Look 6643. I thought they were the cutest pants. I did make them out of that home deck fabric that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. Terrible pattern. So bad. First of all, the fly is backwards. It's on the wrong side. Now that might not seem cataclysmic, but when I held up every other pair of my women's fly zip pants, the fly is on the other side. The fly instructions in this thing were nothing short of crazy town. And I was getting so mixed up, I had to text Joy. And I'm taking pictures and I'm showing her the instructions, and she called them bizarre. Well, that gave me great validation, because I figure she's pretty much of a master. And if she's calling these fly instructions bizarre, Yes, bizarre. And they don't entirely work. And also, there was one more issue with this. Well, I had to make the waist bigger, and I made the waistband bigger, but it wasn't big enough. So that might just be with any pants pattern, that they make the waistband smaller than the waistline. You know, there were so many problems with this pattern. Now, I do have a wearable garment, but I will not be attempting this pattern again. And I wanted to just throw those fly instructions down and use Sandra Betzina's, but they have you cut off the seam allowance at the zipper. So I had no seam allowance to work with. I don't like this pattern. It will be in my September makes. Now, get a load of this. These are skinny pants. Pull-on skinny pants. I was like, Brad, these are gonna be great. Navy will go with everything. In fact, I have a top cut out to make to go with these pants. I've made this pattern before and I love it. I had this beautiful navy bengaline from Hobby Lobby to work with. Beautiful amount of stretch, just perfect for pants. And guess what? The stretch runs up and down and not any side to side. So these pants basically fit up to my knees and they're not going any further because everybody needs stretch that goes up and down, right? Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna go back to Hobby Lobby. I'm going to get more navy blue bengaline. Yes, I could switch to another fabric. However, I've got that top cut out that's meant to go with navy. And I love these pants. So I'm gonna be doing them over. I will turn the fabric so that the stretch goes around me. Hey, there's an idea. At any rate, that's all I have today. September fashion show coming up. Construction video coming up. Of course, I'm dying of embarrassment at my hands. They are so oogly. They are veiny. They are gangly. My fingernails are atrocious. And I think I can't make a construction video because I'm not going to subject you to how ugly my hands are. So I don't know when that construction video is coming up. Now, that's going to be all. Look for September makes. That's in 5 days. I've got some things to finish up, not the least of which are these pants. So I will be back then, if not before then. I hope everyone is doing fine. I'm sorry this video took me a while to get posted. Just busy trying to maintain some sewing momentum. Thank you all for being such an encouragement to me, and I'll be back soon. Bye.